so much. I am so excited to be here with you guys, all the way from the United States. And I don't know, I'm thinking it's evening or afternoon time over where you are. Here it is bright and early. I have got my coffee and I'm up and I'm ready to tackle the day. I hope that you guys are doing well. This conference is very exciting. I love what you guys are providing and doing. And everyone, here on this the panel I was listening previously, and everyone that is watching, I love that we're all in the business of serving people. We're all looking to make humanity better, and that's really what I'm all about. That's my passion. And so that's why I'm thrilled to have this opportunity to speak with you today. And so we do, right off the get go, we got some poll questions that have been written, and we're going to get some engagement going. And we want you guys to comment in the comment section, answer to some of these questions. And I'm assuming we're going to have those displayed on the screen, but I'm going to read those off. Okay. So we got just two questions to get us up and rolling. And the first one is, how often do you skip breakfast? Okay. How often do you skip breakfast? And the choices are never. The day starts, the day does not start without it. The second option is, I only have brunch. The third option is, sometimes work comes first. And then the fourth option is, always. I can do with 2 meals a day. So write that in the comments section. We want to know about breakfast. So that's what I'm excited about. We're talking about personal and self-care, along with being able to care for others. And so that's really what today's session is going to be about. So how often do you skip breakfast? Write those in the comments section. The next question that we have is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does your business value employee well-being above all else? How much does your business value employee well-being above all else? The options are 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, or 8 to 10. All right. So all businesses need to always keep in consideration that their employees are extremely important. Business owners and leaders have to also understand that, hey, they're people too. And, one of my mentors, Dr. Sean Stevenson, he was a therapist and very well known in the speaker world. He actually passed last year, and he and I had this conversation. And he was sharing with me that through his years of speaking to audiences internationally for many, many years, he's come to terms to understand that all business related problems are personal problems. If we ourselves are not in that place where we need to be, whether it be physical, emotional, spiritual, we are not able to truly give and impact others the way that we so desire. So it's extremely important that we are practicing self-care on a daily basis. Okay. Self-care on a daily basis. So we have those written out in the comments section. All right. So also we got some answers here. Let me see. Let me check out these answers. I got to put on my glasses to really tune in here. So I only have brunch. You guys like my glasses? Are these not stylish? Or, I mean, this is the style for 2020. Note to self: if you are a guy, and if you like women, I'm just going to tell you, this is a chick magnet. The women will flock to you. I went to the mall the other day and I put this on, and you'd be amazed at the stares I got. They were actually creepy stares, but I'll take what I can get. So the answers we have: 0 or 60% say never. The day does not start without it. Only 0%, they say, only have brunch. 40%, sometimes work comes first. And 0% is always, I can do it 2 meals a day. And then on the second question, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does your business value employee well-being above all else? 0% said 2 to 4. 10% said 4 to 6. 70% said 6 to 8. And 20% said 8 to 10. All right. So it kind of puts it in perspective. Thank you so much for writing those out and taking part in that. And so during the time that I have with you guys today, I really want to share my story in hopes that it will empower you as an individual. And then I'm also going to share with you some steps that I have learned through my industry as a speaker for over 16 years when it comes to displaying empathy and really connecting with my audience. And we all have an audience, and that be our customers. And we really want to connect with them and we want to stand out in the crowd. We truly want to make a lasting impact. All right. So my personal story began as a little boy, and many of you can think back to your childhood days. Okay, and here's what I really want you to just think to yourself: why did I get in this business to begin with? Why did I get in this business to begin with? That why. That why is super powerful. And the why came to me as, like I said, as a young man or a little boy. And actually, I will start at the very core of it. Years ago, I fell in love with a very special talent. Okay. And I'm sure everyone watching, you can think back to that time when you fell in love with a special talent. Maybe it's playing a musical instrument or singing. I don't know. Mine was, I went to the circus. Okay. A circus. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to pick back up from where I left off. So at the circus, I fell in love with this juggler. And so I left and I taught myself how to juggle. A few years later, I would go to a kids camp. Okay, there's activities to do during the day, a lake to swim in, but there was a special camp speaker at night. He had a special skill, and his special skill was juggling. And so immediately as a little boy, I was hooked in because I had already practiced juggling. I had already fallen in love with it. But what really stood out to me the most in that moment was the message that this speaker was sharing. And I recognized that this speaker was not up on stage for self-glorification. He was up there to truly give a lasting impact, deliver that message of hope. And I had seen how all my peers were being inspired and encouraged. And that stuck with me. And that was the vision for my life. So all through my young years, I pursued this goal. And I did have my doubters. And I'm sure many of you can relate to those doubters. We've all had them. But it's extremely important that in those moments of having people say, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, that we know our why. Why are we doing this? That why is that motivation we need to keep going when times get tough. So pursuing this, life was going great. I will fast forward to May of 2013. Up to this point, I was speaking all around the world to thousands of people. I was pursuing that goal I had for my life. Suddenly, I encountered a stoplight to my entire life. And many of you watching today, you can relate to 2020 being a stop to a lot of our plans. The COVID pandemic, a lot of things have came about. Maybe you started the year off going good. All right, I'm going to meet this quota. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And suddenly, bam, life takes a hit. The world as we know it is no longer the same. So it's learning to pivot in such times. So May 31st, 2013, I was driving on the highway, and then all of a sudden, everything goes black, pitch black, almost as if I didn't exist. And the next thing I know, I'm waking up to the sound of beep, beep, beep. It would then be June 19th, 2013. I'm lying in a bed and I'm wrapped like a mummy, soaking with blood and fluid. And I have this searing pain that I've never experienced before in my life. And I hear my mother's voice. But none of this makes sense. And as I'm trying to comprehend what's going on, my mom, she tells me, Cody, you were hit by a driver who failed to stop at a red light. Your vehicle exploded into flames. You've been here in this burn unit for 3 weeks. You have severe burn injuries on almost 40% of your body. Your recovery, it's not going to be an easy journey. But no matter what, don't lose sight of your vision. It's interesting how at one moment in our life, everything can be going according to plan. And the next, all hell breaks loose. And it's in those moments we say things to ourselves like, why me? Or I didn't see this coming. And it's very easy to lose sight of what matters the most. You set out to accomplish something, but then you encounter a stoplight. And this stoplight can be different for all of us. In those moments where life stops, it's extremely important that we have those individuals in our life who remind us to keep our vision. As a speaker, my job is to remind you, don't lose sight of your vision. Don't lose sight of why you got started in this business. Serving people, connecting with people, making a positive, lasting impact on all of humanity. My recovery, it was a long journey. I encountered many, many injuries. I have physical scars on 40% of my body. I had many, many surgeries, a lot of therapy. I had to relearn to walk. I had to relearn to use my hands again, all the basics. But through my story, I have found different ways to connect with people all around the world. It has truly been remarkable because I've understood that, see, I have physical scars, but a lot of humanity all have encountered emotional scars. And those scars, if they're not properly dealt with, they can limit us in our everyday life. Maybe it's in our business endeavors. Maybe it's in our marriage. Maybe it's being a parent to our children. The list could go on. It's important that we understand the impact that scars can have, but also understand that the impact they can have could either be negative or positive. And that is up to us as individuals. And I choose to see the positive. And I take this story, this message of hope, and I share it with many, many audiences around the world. And I say all of that to say this, that before I can step on any platform, I have to keep in mind who I am talking to and really understand empathy, because I recognized that I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Us who work in sales, we're not alone. The people that we're talking to, they have problems. They have issues in life. And, life gets busy for all of us. And sometimes the last thing we want is to be sold to. Somebody to say, all right, you want to buy this product, you want to do this, do that. It can be quite annoying, if I'm being honest. However, what really sticks out is whenever I can find somebody that truly cares about me for me. And those people are the ones that I want to grab a hold of and have those long lasting relationships with. Because whenever I see that I truly matter to them, they got me. I will stick with them. And oftentimes I don't care what the price is. That's the difference empathy can make. So I want to talk about 5 steps that I have used and learned in my career of speaking and working with audiences. And I hope that you can take this and apply it to your situation, into your work life. So 5 steps. Number 1 is fill out the situation and listen. Fill out the situation and listen. Like I mentioned, before I can step on any platform, I need to understand who my audience is. Who am I talking to? What are the struggles that they are encountering on the daily? Okay, I got to be all ears. Once again, remember, people don't care about how much you know or what your offer is until they see how much you care about them. Okay, so fill out the situation and listen. Number 2, capture their attention. Capture their attention. Begin breaking down barriers. And one of the ways that I have discovered that is very useful, and I have used this in correctional prisons, I've used it in hospitals, I've used it for colleges, corporations, is utilizing humor, making people laugh. Laughter truly is the best medicine. However, you also have to, like I said, go back to step 1, fill out the situation and listen. Okay. Because if the individual is angry immediately, let's say you're picking up the phone and that person is mad, you may not want to use humor as your first go-to. Okay. So fill out the situation. However, if the setting is right, make a joke, do something silly. The very fact that I put on these glasses, hello, it's meant to break the ice. So hooking them in by making them laugh, setting yourself apart. Then the third step is build rapport. Build rapport. Meet them where they are and relate to them. You see, people, whenever I get on stage and I go and I speak at places, in all honesty, people don't really care about me. They really don't. They're in it for what's in it for me. Okay. What are you going to teach me? What can I learn? In businesses, how can you help solve my problem? Okay. So I got to build that rapport and I got to relate to them, show them that I'm human as well. Okay. Really connect with them. The fourth step is solve the problem. Solve the problem. Give the solutions. What is the value that you can bring to the table? All right. What is the value you can bring? And also keep in mind too, that you can have the best product out there, but if you are not delivering your service in an appropriate manner, one that displays empathy, it may not make all that much difference. So understand, I could be the greatest speaker in the world. However, if I'm not connecting with the people that I'm talking with, there's no point. Okay. So step number 5 is simply discuss next steps. If you didn't solve the problem then, all right, what do we do to make this problem get tackled? All right. Follow through with next steps. And remember, we always want to keep our conversation with the client or whoever we're talking with. We want to keep it to where it ends good. All right. We want to make them feel better than what they had felt before the phone call or before meeting them. Okay. So it's truly quite remarkable when you take, I've discovered this has truly been beneficial for me. And when you apply these steps and you live them out, you will see how you'll start from point A all the way down to point B. And through that, you will break down barriers and you'll be able to ultimately do exactly what it is that you're wanting. And that is serve people and show them that they matter and that they care. Throughout my story, it's been quite amazing to see the journey. And as I had mentioned in the introduction, I have a Byrns Foundation. I've been able to see to it that over $500,000 has been given to burn research. It has been given to help sponsor burn survivors, attend conferences, and get the needed materials that they're so longing for to heal emotionally. It's powerful. But why is it powerful? Because I recognize that I'm not in this alone. There's other people who are out there in the world that need help. I display empathy. And when you display empathy, you can almost guarantee that you're going to see repeat clients. You're going to see doors open that you never would have if you hadn't. It speaks volumes. People in today's world, they are so used to, the television, the Photoshop, the fakeness. People are craving the real connection. How can you be real with your clients? That makes a powerful difference. So my hope is that by speaking with you today is that number one, okay, you are going to work and hopefully you feel empowered to better take care of yourself. I want you to feel motivated and encouraged where you are as a person, but also understand that you can make a true impact on others around you. And 2020, it's been hard for us all. And there's a powerful quote that I want to mention. It is by a lady named Caitlin Walsh. And it says this: the key to success is playing the hand you were dealt like it was the hand that you wanted. Okay. You could see that 2020 could pivot to be one of your best years. It could be the beginning of a true breakthrough in your business. It's all a matter of how you're going to play the cards that you have been dealt. So you guys are awesome. And right now, I think we're going to open it up to a Q&A session. And I think we're going to have questions available on the screen. And if Let's see. All right. So I want to open it up to questions. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, I am here. I'm all ears. I want to be able to serve you and help you guys with whatever it is that you guys may be needing and how I can benefit you. So, yes, if you have questions, type them in the screen. Share. Okay, here we go. Awesome. How can I strike a balance between employee productivity and empathy? Notice the personal touch with my clients has actually become stronger in the COVID times. How to keep it? Okay, great questions. Okay, so the first question was, how can we strike a balance between employee productivity and empathy? And I think it really depends on the employee. If we take it down to a personal level, obviously we want to be productive. And if we have employees, we do, it is a business. So we do have to keep that in mind. But at the same time, letting them know that they matter. But it is a fine line and it is a balance. But I think it boils down to the individual and truly seeing their work. What are they doing on the daily? Are they truly doing their job? Because certainly there are those individuals that will take advantage of such opportunities. And so we have to be very mindful of that. But at the same time, we have to go in trusting that these individuals are going to do the work that they need to be doing, but show them that they matter. And more than likely, if that individual is where they need to be emotionally and mature in their mature wise, they won't take that for granted. So the next question was, I've noticed that personal touch with my clients has actually become stronger in the COVID times. How to keep that or to keep it that way without sounding invasive? Well, I'm certainly glad that you have grown stronger with your clients during such challenging times. And once again, sounding invasive, I think it just goes down to the individual, how well you know this person and how well from your gut can you trust them. And so I think too, if in the workplace, there are boundaries that need to be put into place. However, if you know this individual outside of work, then, you have to use your own judgment in that. So, but that is a very good question and something to certainly ponder upon. All right. So we got the 2 questions there. Is there any more? Feel free to drop those in. I love this. I think it's really exciting. Great questions. Great questions. By the way, for those wondering minds, if you are interested in getting these glasses, I don't get nothing, but Amazon. Oh, I hope you all are laughing on the other end. Fantastic.